Welcome to today's edition of Sportskeeda MMA News Roundup. UFC 319 takes another blow after Bryan Battle's weight miss scrapped a third fight from the card. Dan Hooker questions Charles Oliveira's quick return against Rafael Fiziev. Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis claims a psychological edge over Khamzat Chimaev. Let's break them all down. The UFC 319 lineup suffered yet another setback as Bryan Battle missed weight for his scheduled middleweight clash with Nursulton Ruziboev. Battle came in at 190 pounds, 4 pounds over the limit. The UFC initially announced the fight would continue at catchweight with a fine, but later scrapped the bout altogether. This marks the third cancellation on the card and continues Battle's troubling pattern of weight misses. Dan Hooker has cast doubt on Charles Oliveira's decision to face Rafael Fiziev at UFC Rio this October. Oliveira makes the return 3 months removed from a vicious knockout loss to Ilia Topuria. Hooker also pushed back against Oliveira's claims that he declined a fight in Brazil. Speaking in a recent interview with Sky Sports New Zealand, Hooker said, "Charlie Olives, you've been lying in my name, my friend. He said I was offered a fight with him October in Brazil, and I turned it down. False accusations. I was never offered. You think that's really how that phone call went? You think in your mind of minds, in your heart of hearts, that I got a phone call from the UFC that said, 'Do you want to fight semi-conscious Charles Oliveira in 8 weeks?' And I said, 'Oh no, I'm scared of Charlie Olive's lifeless body floating around the cage.' No, that's not how that went down." He added, "I can't even imagine why he's fighting in October. I don't know who watched his last fight against Ilia Topuria, and seen the back of his head bounce off the mat like a basketball and said, 'You know what, I'd like to see him match for a fight in 6 weeks' time against Rafael Fiziev.' That makes absolutely no sense. Are you serious?" Dricus du Plessis believes he gained a mental advantage during his final UFC 319 face-off with Khamzat Chimaev. At the ceremonial weigh-ins, tensions escalated when Chimaev attempted to push the middleweight champion, only for security to intervene. Du Plessis later dismissed the challenger's behavior, saying, "That's how easy it is to get under that guy's skin. He reacted like that because he saw a real man in front of him, a real middleweight. He's going to feel it tomorrow night."